The Super Bowl.
All right.
You ain't got to do too much breakdown on the game. I think there's probably been enough talk of that.
Yeah. You were right, Joe.
We can have our personal opinions.
I enjoyed the game.
Personal opinions on what? What do you mean?
The game.
Of course. Well, give it to me. That's why we're here.
I liked it.
This is the latest review on Earth. This is the latest review on Earth.
No, I think it was a really good
Last take.
football game. Like,
Yeah, it was.
it wasn't as high-flying score, you know what I mean, scoring game.
It was a competitive.
It was a really good defensive game from both sides of the football. I think that the bullshit, though, that I was mad at was the calls at the end of the game that had a really, really, really big part of the outcome. I ain't like that.
I don't know. I think that kind of negated the face mask on Jalen Ramsey, so I wasn't mad at that.
Yo, get the Bengals the fuck out of here, man.
I'm not saying that.
I'm not saying that either.
Definitely not.
And I think they proved.
See, that's my point. Who said Joe said that? Joe said that.
No.
I ain't put that on y'all. Get them niggas the fuck out of here.
It wasn't ready yet.
Great run. Great year with great young talents that will be there for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
You're going to have to deal with the Bengals. This has been an amazing ride, especially for Bengals fans. There was a older gentleman. I didn't know his name. I saw it online. He was a fan. He was crying and shit. They gave him tickets. He went to the game. That's got to be great.
Dope. That's dope.
That's got to be great for Bengals fans. Awesome. But as far as the game, it went a lot better than it should have went. If it weren't for some of those calls and just the flow of the game that the refs was doing, this is a blowout, yo. This is a blowout. The Bengals didn't belong on the field with the Rams, and it was evident. It was evident at every point that it mattered. And without that fucking 78-yard face mask lucky touchdown, oh, please, this is about to be a rout. They beat them with their game plan getting injured first quarter, which was Odell.
Facts.
That was the game plan. Y'all gonna put however many men on him, and we gonna burn you every time we get in the red zone. We just tossing to Odell the whole time. That left early. They put mad people on Cup, and they still found a way. Even when the Bengals looked like they could possibly steal it, Aaron Donald had enough.
No, what I think was, I think that the lights did play a part.
The lights was bright. You didn't see Joe Burrow look like that in a while.
But you didn't see them fucking Rams niggas cook up. Don't say that. Don't say that the lights was too bright for the Bengals. The Rams got blinded too.
And you know what?
At one play, they just couldn't make. They couldn't make one play. They had to lead for mad long. They couldn't make the one.
See, it's
play.
funny. I don't think the lights was too bright for the Rams at all. I think they had to face. I think they had to face adversity like they have all year.
They had to face adversity with Odell going down. Jefferson was non-existent, and I think that at one point in the game in the fourth quarter, under 3 minutes, they was like, "Fuck it." Cooper Kupp, you just gotta make a play. I don't give a fuck if it's 9 niggas on you. You gotta make a play, and that's what they did. They forced him the fucking ball, and he made plays. Don't act like the rest of the Rams team really came to play.
They forced him the ball. I've watched that Matthew Stafford no-look pass 100 times.
I agree.
I'm sure every team would love to force the ball to their best player.
I know.
But the fact that there was a quarterback back there that could do it, that pass was unbelievable.
It was.
I'm agreeing with you.
So don't say nobody else showed up.
I'm saying
Matt Stafford,
the rest-
Von Miller showed up.
Aaron Donald showed up too.
Aaron Donald showed up. Kupp showed up. The star players on the Rams showed up. And that's why the Bengals don't belong on the field right this second. Because y'all star players are year 1 and 2. It takes some time to get them bumps and bruises. Y'all made beautiful run. But y'all just wasn't equipped to beat that team in L.A. What I'll give it to you was a lot more Bengals fans there than I thought. You said that going into the game. I thought you were crazy, but there were more Bengals fans there than I thought. But when it was time for the building to get loud, them Rams fans got loud in there.
They did. You know what?
They did.
I thought about what you said last time, yo. Burrow's arrogant as fuck.
The calls at the end of the game played too much of a part in this game to me. The calls at the end of the game played too much of a part. Like the pass interference, the fucking it was a holding, offensive holding, and they called the hit in the back of the end zone. That was horrible to me. If the Bengals hold them to a field goal, we talking about something different. The game is over. I'm just giving you an example that I don't think the lights was as bright for the. I think everybody fell to that pressure.
Not Aaron Donald.
He should have been MVP.
His impact on the game came very late.
He should have been MVP.
His impact on the game came very late.
But it was,
came when it counted.
Came when it counted.
It came.
Exactly.
It did. I'm not disagreeing with
it was
that.
Right on, it was late, but it was right on time.
It came. Like,
Damn, they had a wall on that nigga all game.
And it worked.
His impact counted from the rib.
It worked.
You have to account for him. Just you accounting for me is enough.
Mm-hmm.
And they had to
play a part in the game.
But listen, very enjoyable Super Bowl. I don't have anything negative to say about it.
Mad at it at all.
I had a blast. I watched it with my mom.
Nice.
That felt good. My son.
Shindig.
My
cool.
son. Who else came? It was a small crowd, but it was nice, intimate. We had a real good time. Had some sliders.
Nice.
Some wings around.
Yeah, some wings.
So the first commercial that sent my entire living room into a frenzy was that crypto Coinbase thing with the little square bouncing up and down around a black screen.
I might have been still cooking when that was on.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
And I watched the whole game.
I ain't see many of the
Well, that was the one. That was the breakaway commercial.
The
that had
commercials were
everybody
weird
talking.
this year because they were like leaking snippets and
That
shit
one.
up until it was weird.
It's a
It was-
QR code bouncing.
It was a QR code just bouncing around the screen. If you're sitting at home having a kickback, a Super Bowl party,
I'm gonna pull.
you're
my
gonna
phone out.
wonder what that is. So
I'm 100%.
we all laughed at that shit.
We old.
I didn't put my phone up to it because I didn't want them to put a virus or some shit in my shit. And later we learned that they gave away however much crypto, $10, $15 in crypto
To anybody that ran up
if you ran up there
that
and
was
did
dope.
that.
15. Oh yeah, there it is.
but you had to open up
$15 in free Bitcoin.
But you had to open up an account, give your email,
Social security
do some
number,
yeah,
blood type,
yeah.
access to your
That's still dope.
backyard.
That's still creative. That's dope.
What else was what other takeaways did I have in terms of the commercials?
A lot of budgets, a lot of creativity, and none of it really made sense. That
Yeah,
was
it was-
what I got. It
no.
was just like, let's throw a bunch of celebrities in this shit and make some crazy shit, and then it's for Bud Light
None of
or something.
the commercials didn't really seem that creative
for
to me.
mattresses.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It's been a couple years now where the commercials.
Yeah, they didn't
Commercials, they ain't really pop.
Like I said, it was weird because if you read the news or on Twitter, they were like telling you what the commercials were going to be before they even came
Prior
out.
to.
Yeah, they were like rolling out the commercials. It was really weird.
All right.
I ain't really like.
Halftime show.
And then we get to halftime. I was so glad we were off this week so I could avoid talking about the halftime show.
Why?
Me too.
Because I don't want to make people privy to all of my fucking thoughts. Like, all my thoughts ain't none of your business. Like, why I can't have a personal, private moment with myself about hip-hop and reflection and about... Why can't that be private? Because I do a pod?
No, because you're the biggest urban podcast in the world. It's an urban halftime show. You owe it to the fans, as you seen on Wednesday. As we all saw on Wednesday, to give them your take.
Yeah, but Wednesday taught me a lot.
It taught
me a lot.
Like, yo,
Some of these niggas just want to hear what I got to say so they can argue with me.
Welcome to my world. That's my world.
yeah.
I don't think that's right. They ain't.
So
They're not just aggy about it so they could agree.
No, they just want to
don't-
argue
Dog,
with you.
I was shocked. I'm not even gonna hold you.
But why?
Dog, they was cursing us out at 8:30 in the morning, bro.
But because of that treatment, right? I've been really sitting for a long time trying to figure out how to convey my point in expressing my feelings with the halftime show. Because I'm very easily misunderstood, especially when I'm speaking to people that are looking to misunderstand me.
On purpose.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I want to start with, in hip hop, for me, and I'm only speaking about for me, sometimes you can only really get like true reality from looking at our most biggest, brightest, and accomplished musicians.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for the rest of us down here, there's mad reasons why something could or could not be, because we're just mere mortals.
Mm-hmm.
But when you get to the best,
The creme de la
the
creme.
best of the fucking best, right? That makes certain realization. It just puts things plain as day on the table for you, and I'm the type to call a spade a spade. I often mention a conversation I had with M one time, because that was the shit that just smacked me in the head, where he was just talking about how much it took for him to move around. Like, for me to even say yes to something, I have to move with this amount of people. Halloween, I can't just run in Walmart because XYZ. I can't just hop out of the gas station, right? And when you talk to somebody who that's like a real thing for them, See, us down here be like, yo, I need to sell 20 million records, I need to sell 30 million records. But do you know what it comes with? I ain't built for it.
Word.
Not in rapping. So I'm looking at the show, and it's the creme de la creme.
It is.
Hip hop royalty.
There is nothing negative to say.
The biggest family tree in
There's nothing to say.
hip hop.
It's Dre, it's Snoop, it's Kendrick, it's fucking M,
50.
it's 50, it's Mary, and Anderson .Paak and his jacket were on the drums. Amazing how a jacket could steal the show. Anytime that
glasses.
jacket popped up, I stared at it. Right? And I just had a wide range of thoughts. I'll start with my expectations were higher because of the talent that you put in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
And because it was LA, and because this is a LA-based set, I thought that it would be more time.
That's the difficult thing I was going to
Yeah.
say. It's hard to do what we want them to do in 12 minutes or whatever they had.
Stop it. Fuck that. I ain't coming in here pulling no punches. Every Super Bowl set that I've ever seen felt longer than that.
That's true.
But everyone didn't have 6 different people
That's what
performing.
I think it's the performers.
It's too many performances in
true.
12 minutes.
I challenge that.
Give it to me.
I challenge. I would almost like to go back in time all the other Super Bowl performances. I don't think that this year, for whatever reason, could be TV restrictions, could be who knows what it is. But we did not get as much time as the halftime performance normally gets. I'm open to being wrong. That's how I felt. I feel like if we look it up, that'll be a fact.
It may be true. And part of that
I don't
also
know.
may be a lot of the acts that we've seen in the past, we don't know all their songs, so it drags at certain points.
No,
Like,
I think it's kind of. I think the time I don't know to be absolute, but I think when you have 6 acts up there doing one song from each act or 2, you know what I'm saying, 1.5 from each
Not
act,
even a whole song.
it's
either.
going to drag because if you just had Rihanna up there with 6 or 7 Rihanna songs, it seems like Rihanna been up there for a lifetime. Beyonce's up there with 6, 7 Beyonce songs, it feels forever. You had 6 different jokers moving around.
Yeah, no, you're right.
So I
I'm
think
wrong.
it's just,
He's pulling it up on the screen.
yeah.
I'm wrong. They all seem to be somewhere around the 14-minute mark.
And I think because we broke it up into 6 individual acts, they only got
It was rushed.
2 minutes apiece.
yeah.
It was rushed.
And like I said, when it's other artists that you don't know their catalog, there's a point where it's just dragging. Like, I don't know this Lady
Even if
Gaga
you do,
song.
even if you do, it's just
You
it's
see
them up
that
there.
person
You see that
for
one
a little
person
bit
up there.
longer.
You might know 3 of they slaps and don't know the other 2.
Combination of things.
Yeah,
Combination
so
of things.
All right.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty dope. I don't know that I would have done no drama. I should have done.
Yeah,
real
that was
love
my
or something.
only
That was the
takeaway.
only thing, yeah.
The only takeaway was just
Mary.
For Mary.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
It wasn't
think
a Super Bowl
with
song.
Mary's catalog, I
She
don't
could've-
think No Drama is the other record that she does.
She could have got a better song for me for the Super Bowl and for the hip hop esque feel. She could have did a better more hip hop B song.
She got a bunch
I
of them.
totally agree with y'all. My pushback is No More Drama is probably her biggest record.
It may be.
So when you're at the Super, if it's not one, it's top 3 of her biggest record, chart wise and numbers wise, I think. Right. So when you're in front of this big of a crowd, you kind of are inclined to do what your biggest record is. But I agree with y'all.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the record that should. I think Real Love should have came on.
That's what I thought too.
Real love.
You got classic.
Happy.
You got
Yeah,
classic slaps.
Yeah.
See, and this is where we get into what some of my problem with the show, the halftime show, was. We invited the best, but we weren't able to get the best.
I think
it's too many bests. That's why.
Yeah, I think
If you cut that down to let's just say it was just
Snoop and Dre,
Snoop and Dre, right? Just Snoop and Dre. That's a totally different show.
you get 5 Snoop and Dre bangers.
But when you got that many people, even Kendrick rushing through records, he did just half of the intro to Mad City to jump right into the next record. Like you're on a time crunch, and it's live, so we ain't got time to play.
I was pleased that he snuck in that quick 4 bars and then moved on. I wanted to hear that.
Me too.
He changed it at the beginning, but
His
still,
was my favorite little part of the thing, I think.
I think it was creative.
Well, my next point is the set.
I think the map of LA on the ground is brilliant.
Mm-hmm. I like them
didn't
having
understand.
the Eves After Dark, which was one of the original. I looked up the history
I'm
of that.
well aware of
Tam's Burgers. Like
I'm
this
aware
is
of
LA.
what it was. I'm aware of what it was. That's why I don't want anyone to mistake what I'm saying for hating what went on or having a distaste for what went on. I'm just giving you my thoughts as a lover of hip hop, watching the best that our genre has to offer.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome, the sentimental value in the set.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what that was.
I didn't get it at first.
Eves After Dark. That was like what was it, a club up there?
Fam, Prince
But it broke.
made it rain in purple rain with the lights and the fireworks. And like my point, every other Super Bowl performance we've seen.
So you feel just feels cheap?
There's no feels about it. There's no feels about it. It's not I feel it's cheap. It's cheap.
It wasn't as grandiose.
Compared
Yeah.
to, this is not a hateful take.
Lady Gaga like parachuted in or some shit.
Yo, every other Super Bowl
Beyonce shut the whole
performance
field down.
is grandiose, not just for one side of the stadium. See, that was the other part that was confusing while they were performing. The whole stadium can't feel your performance. Like the other times, it'd be a dual open
Centralized.
set where we can all see, and all these people that may not be familiar can really feel the impact of some shit. We're not getting the best slaps from our best because we're on a time crunch. And now the presentation isn't what would lead you to believe that these is dumb niggas unless you know what's going on, so forth and so on.
Mm-hmm.
It just hurt me. It just hurt me. Not because of them.
Yeah, they are who they are.
It's because no matter how big we are, they're gonna just make us seem smaller. That was the realization for me. Like Dre and them made G-Thing, yo. For G-Thing to not come on, I get it. It's the Super Bowl restrictions. You got to get things cleared.
Yeah.
But G-Thing is arguable top 20 song ever made. If we going somewhere and you got to pick a song to represent hip hop, G-Thing is on the fucking list.
To represent LA. Death Row.
So it just hurt. It was just like a little disappointing.
I think it was time
to me.
though.
I think it was just too much at one time.
Wait, now slow down. I ain't finished yet. Because that led me to what pop means and what crossover means and what some of these other words mean and why there's this fucking invisible ceiling just like over us. For Kendrick to be however big he is, he ain't gonna do nothing but sell about 2 or 3 million records, 4 million records. Snoop in his heyday, same thing. Dre in his heyday, well, back then it was 10, but I mean, the cap is gonna be what it is for our biggest and best 3, 4, 5, 6 million people versus how many people are in America?
300?
300.
See, they gotta stop. They gotta stop. But I'm the only psychoanalytical nigga that gets this depressed when looking at one of our greatest moments. Because it just brings me back to so much shit. Wow, the ceiling on our best is 5 million and is this amount of people in America. Well, where can we market to when you really get to thinking about it? Because this ain't our market. These ain't our people. This is a whole solid. This ain't our shit. It's pandering. And it just saddens you a little bit when you that connected to this thing. Like your heartbeat, like your soul. I don't want people to listen to that and think that I'm hating on anybody that performed. I thought, listen, Kendrick into Eminem, oh my Lord, beautiful. That Kendrick shit, I'm not naming no other names, but that's why he's him. He's him, yo. And that into Lose Yourself.
No, that shit right there was dope.
Yeah,
I think it was mad creative.
A black woman choreographed this entire thing. Round of applause for her. Get her name so we can acknowledge that queen properly. But this is awesome. Mm-hmm. Lose Yourself into the kneel, the fucking few bars of Dre on the piano doing I Ain't Mad at You.
Mm-hmm. See, that's what I think. See, I heard that they were going to have a Pac hologram.
I heard that too.
Fatima Robinson is the young lady's name who choreographed that entire thing. Wow.
I think if they would have had more time, they would have did something for Nipsey. You get what I'm saying? I just think it was so compressed with 6 different acts that was hard for them.
It was too much in a short amount of time.
Yeah, I think it was too much for them to bring to fruition.
And they tried to touch everything. Like even 50. They did. I get why they didn't announce. I get it. What comes with that. Mm-hmm. But you have 50 pop up, do half of it in the club, and that's it.
Time.
I'm saying it's time.
It's time.
So when you have everybody up here, you can only do a piece.
And to be clear,
you can't even scratch the surface.
It's the Super Bowl, dog. It's the biggest, one of the biggest TV events of the year. If not the, I was about to say, if not the biggest TV event of the year. You got time constraints. You know what I'm saying? Like I agree with what you're saying. It was a 7. It was a 7 to me.
I think it's a fair rating.
It was a 7.
I enjoyed it.
I
wasn't blown away. Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Please,
I think our expectations was just too high.
Absolutely, yeah.
Just seeing the names that we saw, but once you put in your brain
really
that you gotta
at, like,
they got 12 minutes.
Us to fucking be presented like the niggas you asked to come and put on this show.
I get what you're saying, Joe, but
I'm not talking about the time restraints. I'm
that
talking
affects it.
That's effective.
I'm talking about our presentation.
The house.
That's it. Just how we're presented and who we're presented to. That's it. I get the time restraint. It's a moot point.
You got Snoop up here in Crip attire, throwing up C's, Crip walking like, this is shit you don't see at the Super Bowl.
Snoop be moving around like he 19, yo. No bullshit. Like breath control, all of that. Mm-hmm. He looked like a kid up there.
Yep.
No bullshit.
And then he had 30 other gigs that night. Commercials.
Word.
I saw him advertising a Puppy Bowl. I said, wait a minute, ain't that at halftime?
That was my...
How in the hell?
Snoop's the man, yo.
That was my issue with...
It might be two Snoops, yo. We got to check. It might be two Snoops.
But that was my issue with Snoop's performance.
What?
Like, and this is a great thing, but I had an issue with it here. He sounds too much like the record.
Bruh, he looks like... And he
look like...
Yo,
94 Snoop.
Yo, dog, he really does.
What the fuck?
Moving around, like he just looked like a kid.
That's awesome. I'm saying laid back, reserved, cool sounding Snoop sounds exactly like the record at the Super Bowl when it's time to get hype.
It's that they used the wrong song for that.
I don't know that because any of our people get crazy for any of them songs that come on, but we not in front of our people. So you don't even know that this is one of the best voices to ever don a fucking track. You don't even know that. So now it's presented as just...
You know what else too that was different
I'm shutting up.
No, you know what was different here too? Typically they are allowed to rush the stage, but because we have performers on the bottom level, they didn't allow that. Typically the fans come on the field.
Well, that's part of that's part of the set.
Yeah,
that's part of the set. Like in this case, like Kendrick's performance was on the back end, like the back side of like you got your fans up here in the front where the cars are. Kendrick performed on the back, so it was like
it still was at a distance. They couldn't really,
you
know what I mean? Yeah, that was a little different too.
I like the halftime show. I would just like us to be presented as big as we are. That's all.
I don't have any.
Why the fuck did The Rock come out fucking introduce himself?
Fam, while they're waiting to kick.
That was really weird.
Yeah, you know
that one fucked me up. I'm like, dog, I'm waiting for kickoff, and The Rock walks out.
Yeah, y'all know that's my man too, but
I ain't gonna lie, I might have uttered a
what you
get
mean?
This nigga the fuck out.
What the fuck are you doing
here? Yeah, I said something.
He wasn't my man no more when he did that. Well, Aaron Donald was there too. I chose up. I chose up.
Fam, they lining up to kick off.
Once you look at your two chicks together,
you chose up, yo. You pick Aaron Donald.
Tell me when that happened to you, Ish. Look, sit down, silly laugh.
With two dudes? Never.
No, women. Yo, let's just move on, yo. Forget it. Don't worry about it, Ish. Don't even worry about it, brother. It's fine.
Look at this nigga.
Yeah, The Rock
he
came
looks
out.
crazy right here.
I love the burgundy, but I didn't need The Rock to introduce
Then they
my
showed
Super
Aaron
Bowl.
Donald right afterwards.
No.
Just to let you know.
Yeah, I chose up, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New Joe Budden.